Hey guys, welcome back to my beauty stash, or welcome if it is your first time here. Hello, my name is Steff. I would love to have you as a subscriber, so be sure to click on that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 10 cutest makeup products that I currently have in my stash. These are just products that when I look at, they make me smile, they make me think of happy times, they make me think about a certain point in my life, usually when I was younger, but more importantly, they just make me feel good and they put a smile on my face. And while you're watching this video, think about some of the items that you have in your makeup stash that just make you smile. They just make you feel good whenever you see them or whenever you use them. And maybe they're older products that you have, because I know some of the products I'm going to be sharing with you, I've had them in my stash for a while. Some are more recent purchases, but they're just items that I love to display. And some you may have even seen behind me, and others I keep here in my filming room, but they're just items I love to look at and they always make me smile. If you guys want to see the top 10 cutest items currently in my stash, keep on watching. And guys, if you're wondering about the makeup, I did film this look. Not too sure if you're gonna see this look or this video go up first, but this video was all about Shop Miss A. So be on the lookout for it. Again, not too sure if the Shop Miss A video will go up first or this one, but they'll be both around the same time. Now, the products I'm gonna share with you, they're gonna be in no particular order, and I am gonna throw out a couple honorable mentions towards the end. So item number one is the Teddy Bear palette. That's what everybody calls it, but this is the Moschino and Sephora collaboration. This, I believe, came out in 2017, and I got the entire collection. One of the items in that collection was a chain with a bear on it. I love that chain. I wore it, and I wore it proudly, and it had a little space where you could insert one of the lip glosses that came in the collection. I've since discarded the lip glosses because obviously they're too old, but the eyeshadow palette is not going anywhere, and I've definitely used this palette. Haven't reached for it in quite a while, but this is definitely a display piece in my beauty room, which is a beauty room slash office now. I love it. I thought it was the cutest little thing. I'm never getting rid of this, and I'm so happy that I have it in my stash. Next is an eyeshadow palette I bought a couple months ago, and this is my very first experience with Sugar Drizzle. This is the Pizza Kitty multi-chrome, or this is a duochrome eyeshadow palette. They're all duochromes. This was my very first purchase, and so far only purchased from the brand, but again, I'm still new to multi-chromes and duochromes. I'm definitely learning a lot, but I bought this palette first and foremost for the shades and because I wanted to try the brand, but you guys know if it has a cat on it, I love cats. And the cat is riding a pizza in outer space. And look, I see some French fries down here. I had to have it. It is too cute. Oh my God. And he's eating a taco as well. This had to find a way into my stash. This is definitely something you see on display behind me. And I just thought it was the cutest thing ever. So next is a collection that unfortunately didn't really work out for me, and I actually reviewed this last weekend on my channel. This is the new Morphe Mickey and Friends collection. Now, these products are definitely a lot cuter than how they perform. How they perform is definitely not the cutest, but here's the color story on the large palette. Didn't have the best experience. It was just a mediocre experience with the palette, but you gotta hand it to them. Morphe did a fantastic job with the packaging of this entire collection. This is the large palette. This is the smaller Mickey palette. I think the color story on this is spot on, very representative of Mickey Mouse. Unfortunately, didn't really care for the shadows that much. And the mirror, oh my God, this mirror, this was one of the main reasons why I wanted to try the collection. And just because it's been a while since I've bought a Morphe eyeshadow palette, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I mean, the packaging is really the best thing out of this entire collection. If you're a fan of Mickey and his friends, I mean, go for the mirror at least. You won't be disappointed. Next up is a collection I tried in the spring, I believe. Spring of this year, and this is the Hipdot and Clueless collaboration. I love Clueless. It is such a fun movie. I mean, it never gets old. Even though it is an older movie, it still never gets old. I had to have this in my stash. This is so cute. This is a cell phone. This is our flip phone. This is what we had back in the day. And these are blushes and highlighters. I thought all of the collection performed fantastic. Here is the eyeshadow palette. I want to say you can find this on sale at Ulta. And if you're able to pick it up, I would go for it. These shadows perform fabulous. I had no issues with it. I was able to create 2 looks, and then I did a YouTube short video with it. I love this palette. I think everything about it, the color story, the outward packaging, like this fuzzy little pink, kind of like a rug, and then the flip phone. I think Hipdot did a great job with it. Sometimes their collections, their collaborations are out there, but this was definitely one I enjoyed and one that I do keep on display behind me. Next is one of 3 palettes that were released over the summer in the Udenzai Saga of Freya collection. This is the Cat's Breath eyeshadow palette. Oh my goodness. The cutest thing ever. This little palette went with me on vacation, but even better is this gorgeous color story. Beautiful. Guys, anytime that I wear this palette, I've always been complimented on my makeup. There's just something about the shades, the tones in here. This is a gorgeous palette. It has a mirror right here, and it's like in the shape of a little book, so I really do love displaying it. I think I've moved this already to my beauty room, but it's definitely on display over there, as are the other 2 palettes that came in the collection. I believe this is still in stock on the Udenzai website. Udenzai is a Swedish indie brand, so just know if you're here in the US, you'll have to wait about, 7 to 10 days for your order to reach you. I didn't have a problem with that. It got here right in time for me to take the palettes with me on vacation, and those were the only palettes that I took with me. I love this. The kitty is the cutest thing. The color story, the performance is even better. Highly recommend checking this out. Next is another collaboration, this time with ColourPop and Hello Kitty. These are the 2 blushes, although I think the entire collection is the cutest thing ever. The lippies are behind me over there. They're the yellow tube. And I keep the blushes and the eyeshadow palettes. So the eyeshadow palettes are just slightly smaller than these blushes are. They're on display over there in my beauty room. But here's one of the blushes. The shade is called Aloha Honey, and it has Hello Kitty's face stamped in the center. And then this other one, this one is called Island Shine. How cute is that? These blushes are fantastic. The packaging is the cutest thing ever. The whole collection, because I believe I reviewed the entire collection, or pretty much the entire collection. No issues with anything. And I want to say you can still find this on the ColourPop website, maybe even on the Ulta Beauty website. But I loved this entire collection. If you grew up with Hello Kitty and you still like Hello Kitty to this day, this is definitely something I think you should check out. Next is also another ColourPop item, and it is also another collaboration. And I'm talking about the Star Wars, the Mandalorian Child eyeshadow palette. Here's what the color story looks like, and look up here. It says the cutest in the galaxy. Sure is. I loved this green and gold color story, and even better news, if you haven't heard already, ColourPop is re-releasing this palette along with an additional 9-pan palette, a mirror, a makeup bag, some lip glosses. All of that drops this Thursday. We'll have the ColourPop link in my description box so you can mark your calendar and be sure to check it out if you are a fan of Star Wars and Mandalorian the Child. This is definitely one of the cutest items that I have in my stash. Next up is from Too Faced, and this is the Clover eyeshadow palette. I'm really hoping that Too Faced decides to do a Clover round 2 eyeshadow palette, because I did enjoy working with this one. That yellow shade is just fantastic. Now this is a nice color story, definitely on the neutral side, but there are a couple fun pops of color in here, and I have enjoyed using this. this. I haven't reached for it in a while. Maybe I'll use it this week. But just look at the packaging. The packaging is the cutest thing. Clover is the dog of Jared Blandino, one of the owners of Too Faced. And I think they did a fantastic job with the packaging on here. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe a portion of the proceeds do go to support an animal-related charity. So even better, I know Too Faced has released other Clover products, and there was actually one released not too long ago. I think it was a highlighter or a bronzer. This is the only thing that I have from the Clover collection. I think it is the cutest thing ever, and I'm really hoping that Too Faced gives us another Clover eyeshadow palette. Next up is from Storybook Cosmetics, and this is the Mean Girls Burn Book eyeshadow palette. Now this palette, I believe, was released in 2017 or early 2018. I remember I purchased it in 2018, about a month or two before I went to New York City to see the Mean Girls Broadway show, which was fantastic. My very first and so far only Broadway show that I have seen, but it was a really good one. Here is what the color story looks like. A lot of fun using this palette. I mean, if you're a fan of the movie, you're definitely going to want to have this in your stash. I think Storybook Cosmetics did a fantastic job with this collaboration. You do get a full-size mirror over here. This could still be available. I'm not really sure what's going on with Storybook Cosmetics. I think they're still around. I know they were at Ulta for a brief time. I don't think they're over there, but if this is still available at Ulta, because it was at one point, I'll most definitely have it linked. If not, if it's still available on the Storybook Cosmetics website, I'll have it linked over there. But this is a good one to check out if you're a Mean Girls fan, and I like that it's in a book style. This is really something that when I bought it with the intention of me taking it to New York City, which I did. So this eyeshadow palette just always reminds me of that fun trip to NYC, and I love displaying it in my beauty room. And finally, my two honorable mention products are both from Wet n Wild, and they are both collaborations that were released this year. The first is the Makeup Brush Trio from the Saved by the Bell collaboration. There's Zach Morris himself. If you guys were a fan of the show, you know Zach was never without his cell phone. And guys, the packaging, the size, the dimensions, everything, this is pretty much how it was in the 90s with a cell phone. I mean, forget iPhone. iPhones weren't even a thought. These bulky phones, this is what we had in the 90s, and I thought it was so cute that Wet n Wild did this. I do keep this on display on the shelves behind me, but I love Wet n Wild makeup brushes. I just don't want to use them. I want to keep them in this little display piece, and I thought it was the cutest thing. I thought the whole collection was pretty awesome. I just think Wet n Wild did a really good job with this Saved by the Bell collection. The packaging, the formula of the products. I still use the eyeshadow palette, the blushes, the highlighters. I mean, everything was really, really cool. The lip liners and lipsticks, I keep them up here on my filming desk. But this little brush trio in the bulky cell phone, I mean, this is it. This is totally 90s, totally representative of Saved by the Bell and Zach Morris. And then the last honorable mention, again, from Wet n Wild. This is a more recent release. This is the Little Twin Stars collection. I just thought that the makeup bag was so cute. It has those stars that move around. And then in here, I did put the 4 lippies that came in the collection, which here they are. There's 2 lip glosses and 2 lip mousses. Really good formula on all of them. Now, if you are picking up the collection, just know there is a scent to the products. They all have a strawberry scent to them, and it can be a little strong upon initial application, but it's definitely something that goes away. But I did think that the whole collection was really cute. And if you're a fan of the Sanrio characters, I think this is definitely something you'd want to have in your stash. All right, guys, so that wraps up today's video featuring the top 10 cutest makeup items that I currently have in my stash. This is a hard video to make because I have a lot of cute makeup items in my stash. I have mirrors, which here's the one from the Hocus Pocus collection. I have makeup brushes, I have lipsticks and blushes, the eyeshadow palettes, and I'm the type of person that's drawn to outward packaging. I am also the type of consumer that's drawn to nostalgia, which is why I bought some of the pieces that I did, just because they remind me of when I was younger, happy times, and I just think the packaging is really cute. What can I say, sometimes what you get inside is not always that great. But let's be honest, sometimes we buy things just because they're just too cute to pass up. And I know I am definitely guilty of that. But guys, let me know, what are some of the cutest items that you currently have in your stash? What makes you smile? What do you love to display? Leave it down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.